where we bring always this quote of this book here. I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you, and love you teach you. So today we close to Christmas time. So there's a lot of heartwarming sharings here today. And I would like to see if there is anyone new in the call. Would they put in the chat their name? Or where are you watching this call from? Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm trying to open my chat here. I can a little bit. Okay. I see Vinay from Mumbai. I am from Georgia. So has anyone in this call? I'm curious just to know this quote. I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you and love you teach you. I'm very curious to know what this quote means to you. What is in a few words? Is that can you put in the chat? Just in a few words. What does it mean to you? We always talk about this quote in the beginning, but I'm actually curious to know what people feel about this quote. I feel that things happen in a magical way with love, and I see Luke from Washington, Susan, hi Susan, Robin from Washington as well. Brady from Colorado, Chris from Arizona. The love is, Luke says, the love is truly the teacher. Katie said, I invited Susan. Okay. Experiencing being led by love. I learned to be present and connected. Oh, this quote, Graz say, it's not necessary through words. It is through the frequency of love. And if you open your heart to receive, and be perceived, you're allowing pure divine transformation. That's great. You know, to me, this quote tells me the magic of love because the mind sometimes trying to understand things how it happen, but when we let love guide, the magical things happen. You know, we don't need to necessarily understand everything, although it's good because understanding is great. But beyond this, you know, we we letting love guide things happen in our lives, and sometimes it's not that easy, but with this book many secrets, many things in this book I have learned that I have just followed even sometimes without understanding it. It has transformed my life and of many people here. Also, I have presenced uh, people sharing in this call amazing stories. And if you have one quick story for later in this call, let us know. You raise your hand, and we will be pleased to listen to you. So today, maybe we have some announcements.
Yes, we do. Hello, everyone. Yeah, we do have some announcements for this week. And the first one is actually the upcoming Tuesday on, sorry, not Tuesday, on Friday, December the 27th. We have the Asia Pacific call. And then the following week on December the 31st, on Tuesday, we will have our monthly call in Portuguese, and normally Devananda is there also present on that call. So we will have those in the next few days. Then also upcoming on the in January, we are already then in the new year, we will have the art time with Susan Engman. And Susan, you are on the call. Do you want to speak quickly and explain what you are going to do for the art time?
Sure. First time talking today. Sure. I am going to be doing a process called soul collage. And what we're going to do is have everybody bring pictures, images, words, whatever they want, and a card. And we're just going to be together and listen to some beautiful music and make a collage, which is so easy. You just use glue and your images to be able to express your soul, and then we'll share it with each other. Simple and loving and wonderful, so and fun. So please join us. It's a $5 donation, and it's on, what is that, January 9th, I believe, at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Yep. And then the biggest announcement for this week is that if you have received the newsletter and already had a look into it, the cookbook in Italian is finally available. So if you still you have some friends that are speaking Italian and you still need a gift, it's now available on Amazon, not just on Amazon.com, but on all different Amazon platforms in all the different countries. And what else? Yeah, the upcoming also in January, we have more calls for the emergency course. So there will be the call on January 9th, which is the main call. Then on Saturday, January 18th, we have another special guest coming, which is Pamela Curley. A lot of you know her already, and she is actually doing a process with us. And then we, on the main call, we have Tony Lidster, who is really going to help you to deal with stress and what could happen when we are in an emergency situation. And then Carol has also created a new bonus call that she's going to do on the a week later, I think on the 25th. So we have a lot of things coming up. And for the emergency call, you can still register. And I will post in a second then also the link for registrations for all of that. That's it for today with announcement, Danielle. So you can, Deborah Ann has something to add.
Yes, thank you, Cornelia. Thank you, Danielle. I wanted to let everyone know that we are going to do a 7-day detox, delicious detox, starting the 6th of January. It's going to be starting on I think it's, let me double check. I want you to know. Yeah, the 6th through the 12th. For anyone who's wanting to keep their New Year's agreements with themselves or not, just to clean up after all the sweet treats that we're going to have during the holidays. So thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. That's amazing. I have been part of this detox and munging. I have ate mung for a long time, just mung, and amazing things happen. I felt in ways that I haven't felt in decades, and mind, body, it's feels like an alignment. It's really a very good challenge. But thank you, Cornelia. I love you, Cornelia. Thank you so much for being here. And I have been part of the programs that, like, there was a program in the past, like Susan shared, she's going to make it, but this one was arts, and I was present here in the call, and it's great to just integrate and participate of the things that come to this call. It's amazing. It's just a feeling. The feeling is great to not only attend these calls but also participate on the things that we offer here. It's a great benefit, incredible value for all of these programs. So Dr. Vinay with us today. Dr. Vinay had spent a lot of time with Dr. Naram. Is a doctor. He's in India. And I love the marma of their heart, because especially this time, Christmas, there are many reasons we come to the heart where we want it to be all year long, but there is a marma that can help in that. And this marma helps in different levels in our feelings, emotions, and also in the physical aspect of your heart. I would like to invite Dr. Vinay to share this marble with us today, and especially coming from a place where was Dr. Pankaj Naram taught these secrets. Hi, Dr. Vinay.
Thank you so much, Devananda ji. Hello, my family members. It's always great to see you all. And I can't wait to have the Sunday call so I can able to meet my community members, my family members. Yeah, this mama is very close to me. Thank you, Devanand ji, for bringing out these things because my best buddy, Dr. Juani, he that Murma has helped him a lot, and I've seen these things in person when I was there with him in the clinic. So, as you are aware of that, one day Dr. Juani had a situation when Dr. Nam had a clinic in the Bombay, and suddenly he started having the situation about the heart. And then we are doing all of the process, and Dr. Nam said that ask him to the Shankha Mudra. So I said, okay. And I heard about this thing, but I was not seeing this thing. So I asked Dr. Giovanni, can you please teach me and can you please do, as Dr. Nam asked to do this thing? So he said, yes. So for doing the Shankha Mudra, he brought his right hand like this. And then he put his thumb here between to fold the fingers like these things and bring other finger like this. So it shows like a conch. And then Dr. Giovanni says we have to press these things 6 times. Dr. Am always says when you press the murmur point, we have to do 6 times. So after that, I asked Dr. Am also, what is the benefit of it? He says it helps to reduce the palpitation. It also starts doing the regulate blood circulation. It also helps the patient to calm down, relax. It also helps the patient to focus on the things what we have to. Sometimes you see when we praise these things, the blood circulation starts, and then we can able to think in a positive way that where we are and like this thing. So I saw that thing, and before doing this murmur, Dr. Giovanni's body was shaking literally. And then when he started doing this thing, and of course we used to put a garlic clove in his mouth because garlic is one of the things that it releases the vata, air element from the body. And one of the reason of the having this high blood pressure or the heart thing is because of the vata also. Again, this is just home remedy, and Dr. Am always says, you are always welcome to call 811 or 911, whatever the emergency. But till that thing, to take care of our health concern, to take care of this situation, we can take care, we have to do these things. And slowly, slowly, I saw that Dr. Giovanni was literally calmed down. His body was not shaking. He was able to focus, and he started chewing the garlic clove. So this is one of the, I can say it's a, yes, Shifa, we can show that marma. Take your right hand like these things, put the left thumb here, fold your finger, and bring your left hand's remaining 4 finger to the thumb, and then press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is really a beautiful marma. It's not only we can do when we have the heart situation, when you feel the low, when you need energy, when you need that vata is moving up and you are not able to focus. If you do by doing this focus marma, and if we do these things, it really helps a lot. Thank you so much.
If I'm just let's say if I want to just warm my heart, like any emotions, anything that I need to go from my head to my heart, can I just use this marma even if I don't have a heart problem? Can I just
Yes,
going to be
yes,
effective?
yes, you can do these things. For all the things related to heart or emotions or subconscious mind, this marma is very helpful.
So I'm gonna be doing this marma today more than
Okay.
I have been through a challenge the last few days. It was not easy, but it's a part of life. And like anybody else, we do have these challenges in family sometimes. And it's all about being in the heart, you know. Um, there's sometimes we maybe vata high and we get too much reasoning. We have other things and stories, you know. So coming back to the heart and being present, it's always warming and clearing also. So thank you so much, Dr. Vinay.
And I
Um,
just want to add one thing that when we, even I saw Dr. Nam when he was about to start his shooting on the television, or he about to give the speech also, he used to do all the murmur points, like pressing the index finger, earlobes and everything. And finally, he used to do this murmur. So he says that I can stay on the present, I can be cool, relax, my vata should go down. That's why.
this marma is also self-love,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like this marma.
This and everything.
Thank you so much. I always do these marmas. I can't spend a few days without doing these marmas. I do my practice in the morning and then I do a session of marmas. Just I keep reminding which one is for what. So I go through the marmas that I know and just as an exercise, you know, we exercise to keep our bodies clean and we do the marmas to keep our emotional, our energetic parts clean. So I want to bring the quote of the day today.
Devananda, can I ask Vinay a question, please? This is Luke.
Yes.
Okay, Vinay, we've learned from Dr. Naram that with the Vayu Mudra, there are two types. There's the one with the two fingers and then three fingers. And from what I learned, one is for emotional vata and the other one is for physical vata, but I don't remember which is which. So we have this one here with two fingers and then the one with three fingers. So
So, yeah.
which one is
So
for
first,
emotional vata and which one is for physical vata?
yes, this is for the physical vata. We can see that when rishis, when they are doing the meditation, they do like these things. Single finger. And when we want to do the emotional vata, when we work on the emotional, when we do the subconscious mind, we do this two fingers. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's very helpful.
There are so many marmas. It's good to always ask because sometimes we forget. We focus more on a few of them, and there are others. I like the marma for memory. That keeps my memory good, so I can remember of the marmas. So I'm sorry if I didn't see your hand up. I don't know, for some reason I can't see. If you have something to say or you want to ask a question, you're welcome to come up, okay? If I don't see you and you've been waiting for it, it's okay to come in. I want to share the quote for this day, okay? And I think this quote comes in a good time. When you do serve others anonymously, with no need of anything in return, ultimately God blesses you with a feeling no amount of money can buy. And I, Luke, just because you came in the call and I see you, I remember your story. Can you link this quote to one of your stories? Can you share just for like 1 minute anything about this quote? Would you like?
Which quote again are you speaking about?
When you serve others anonymously with no need of anything in return, ultimately, God blesses you with a feeling no amount of money can buy. Just if
Oh,
that's okay if you if you're
no, that happens for me when I go out and I serve the homeless people in the streets, which I do several times a week here in Olympia where I live. It gives me a feeling that what you just said, that same feeling. And not only that, the people that I help in the streets, they bless me. They're always giving me their blessings when I give them the things I give them to help them in their lives. So that quote is very prominent in my life in regard to helping the homeless people.
Thank you. Thank you, Luke. I remember exactly that story in the past, and I thought you just came to the call in the right time when I was going to share the quote. Also, I want Dr. Vinay, if he may share one story, because Dr. Naram spoke this quote, right, that we see in the book. And I think it will be heartwarming to hear a story where Dr. Naram is part of it. Would you please, Dr. Vinay?
Sure. Thank you so much. And I'm very thankful to the Cornelia also because she brought my memory about the Nepal because this is the incidents happened related to this quote. My first journey with Dr. Naram in the Nepal, and we've been to the hill area side, one of the orphanage house. And I saw near to that house, there is a one other family was staying. There were the two children. And here all the members were there at the orphanage house. Dr. Naram was there, Dr. Merenji was there at that time, Dr. Juani was there, and many other people were there, and they are dancing and everything. And these two children, they want to be there, but it's not happening because people are not let them allow. And somehow I was feeling something that okay, these children also have the right to enjoy such type of things because they are just staying away from little thing and their eyes just having that little tears. So I requested Dr. Naram, okay, can we allow these children also to join this party? So one of the person came and told me that oh, they are not from our family and they should not. So then again I insisted, Dr. Naram, can we can we allow these two children because they are standing at the gate for a long time and they don't want anything, they just want to be the part of this thing. Dr. Said yes, they also have the right to enjoy these things. And you won't believe when we allowed these people, these two children, small children, when they entered in and their eyes were so glittered and it's like the moment that they achieved everything when Dr. Nam gave some gift to them and they were so happy and they started having the tears because they have never seen such type of things in their life and finally they got something there. And you won't believe that without saying anything, I had a tears in my mind, in my eyes, sorry. And then after completing all the event, when we reached to the hotel, I went to Dr. Nam to bring to his room and literally I cried and I touched his feet and I said, thank you so much for doing these things today. He can no, it's your duty to do these things. If I'm not available, this is why I kept you, Dr. Giovanni, everyone with me. That if I'm not able to focus, if I'm not able to justify such type of people, you are my soldiers, you are my hands. You can able to help me to help them out. So this really make me so important that Dr. Ram has not only kept us for doing his work, but he also kept us with him to serve this cause. And just now when I heard about from the Luke, I remember that when I was in the 2022, yeah, I was in 2022 in USA with Dr. Clint and Poonam Didi and everyone. And we saw one of the girls. She is homeless, and I shared this previously also these things and how Dr. Clint was helping by giving the blanket, and then the peoples, the staff of the donut house also came, donut shop came, and they given everything to that girl. One gave the shoes, one gave the jacket, and then we given this things, a donut also. And then owner came that no need to pay for such donuts. It's a gift from our side. So this really makes us this thing that the people are there always to serve. And I'm always thankful to Dr. Nam for keeping me for serving to this cause. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vinay. I think this Dr. Naram mentioned in this quote that no amount of money can buy these feelings, because these feelings fill your cosmic bank account, right? And it's an infinite way of feeding our souls, and I think it gives us energy in different levels. That's why money cannot buy that. So thank you so much. I would like to ask all of you in the call now to come from your minds to your heart. And this time of year, many people go through different situations, family members that are not here, family members that are far, some are far just in the heart, not in distance. And we all have challenges, right? And it's okay. But I want you to come in your heart and see the flame that you have in your heart, that love that's under and deeper behind any of the challenges in this dimension here. That's the true love that we all have. And I would like us to empty for a moment our minds, just to stay in our heart, and listen and watch this song. And later I want anybody to share, what we can bring in this quote of helping and serving others to link with this purpose, the purpose on this song. So do we have the song ready to play, Cornelia?
Light one candle for the Maccabee children, with thanks that their light didn't die. And light one candle for the pain they endured, when their right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. Light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through other little tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. And light one candle for those who are suffering pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in, let anger not tear us apart. And light one candle to bind us together, with peace as the song in our heart. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years.
Devananda ji, you're muted.
Thank you, Vinay. Thank you, Cornelia, for playing this song. Don't let the light go out. See here, we have many secrets. I have had personally a huge challenge, health challenge in my life, and I found this. This came to me, and I used it, and here I am, and the light is here. So, within that flame in the heart, at this time of the year, I would like to ask, is there anyone that wants to share any story where you could help someone and you got that incredible feeling that no amount of money can buy? If you want to share, please come in. Or
Yes,
you want
Dr. Susan.
to
Hi. Well, I'd just like to share something, and it's about my husband. It's about Joseph. That surprise, we're not together. Yesterday, his mom is 99 years old, and she had a procedure done on Wednesday that has created complications, and she lives down in California. And just from his heart, he said, I'm going to go and be with her. She needs me, and I love her. 99 years old. And so yesterday morning, we were in Oregon visiting Nell and Jerem, and he just said, I'm going today. And we drove through torrential rain, and he got to the airport an hour before, or less than an hour before his flight, and he just went to go be with his mother. And that was an unselfish, just act of beautiful love. And it's better for her that he's there. And it's a big week, it's Christmas week and it's holiday week and family week. And he said, I'm going. And I just wanted to acknowledge that. And it's not tomorrow, it's now is the time. And it was a beautiful act of love. And I'm just honoring him and saying, good for you. Good for you. So selfless acts, not being asked, just saying, this is what my heart wants, and going and doing. So I wanted to tell that story. Thank you.
And thank you, Susan, because your also unselfishness of acknowledging all that and supporting that makes you a great wife. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can we send for Joseph and his mom, can you send some love, put our hands together and get a little bit of that flame in our heart and going through our hands and send it to them?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, Susan. And if I may just respond for a moment after I get the tears out of my eyes, that yes, Susan's act of kindness, love, and selflessness supports me to be able to drop everything and go. And what the song brought to me also was to remember the light in me, the flame in me that is my spark of life and my divinity, and to not, I don't want to say forget, but to set aside all of what I always day to day think of as, what I am or who I am or how I am, or all of the personality and all of the things that we face and that face us, and to remember, for me, to remember who I am, what I truly, truly am, that flame of divinity. I don't want to let that go out. I want to honor that and be that. And that's what says, I want to go and I want to be here. And so thank you all. Blessings.
Aren't you glad you listened to your heart, Joseph?
I am. It's, the what do I want? It took me because, there's a lot going on right now. I had a whole bunch of life planned and scheduled and things, and Susan actually said, why don't you take the dog for a walk and just think about it, and just feel it. And I said, well, what do I want? Well, I want to see her. And well, when? Well, now, I mean, this is the time, not in 2 days, not in 3 days when it's more convenient or whatever. And it's following that. Now, now was the time, and to listen to that light within me. And so thank you.
Joseph, thank you. I'm glad you shared that. You stop, you pause yourself and ask yourself, what do I want? Just like we also have a marmot for what do I want?
That's right.
It's important to stop a little bit and ask, what do we want, so we can go back in their heart and exercise that timing, and not only follow, only the thoughts. But thank you so much for.
Thank you all.
When you got
Bless.
I didn't know you were in the call, so thank you for coming up. Ilana, Jane, would you like to share something? Jane, you've been waiting. I see you.
Hi. I
Hi.
just want to say I work with a group in my community called Remote Area Medical. They go all over the United States, but it was located or was founded in Knoxville, Tennessee, actually. And once a year, we put on a clinic for the underserved, and we give free vision care, dental care, and medical care. And I've been with them since 2005, and I've grown into being the chairman of it, which is overwhelming at times. But we've served up to 1,100 people in a weekend before all sorts of regulations came in, and now we're in the 200 to 300 number per weekend. It's a 2-day weekend usually. And yeah, we've had, it's just an amazing event. And I've had people who have had diseased teeth removed come up to me with gauze in their mouth afterwards and thank me, for, being there to help them. I have no medical background or anything. I'm just the organizer, but it's just an amazing event. And the people, there's so many professionals that just give of their time on these weekends. And I'm so grateful that RAM exists, Remote Area Medical, and I've seen so many people. We found cancer, blood pressures that are way out of whack. I mean, it's just an incredible process, and I'm so blessed to be working with these people. I just wanted to share that, and I don't get any reward from it. The reward I get is the smiles, the thank yous, just gratefulness, not only from the patients, but also from the workers. It's a blessing in my life.
Well, thank you, Jane. Sometimes things that make us feel the best are things that we cannot see, and keeping that flame, not letting the light go out, as part of a community, because we feed from that, and we need that
Yeah.
for humans. And thank you so much. Yeah, it's a beautiful job, beautiful work to do that. Jeremy, would you like?
Yes, hi. So having been around Joseph a lot the last 25 years, I can safely say that he is an embodiment of love that I hear the phrase, I didn't come to heal you, I came to love you, and love will heal you. And I feel like that's what you're doing with your mom. Thank you. And it revs up your light, your love light, Joe.
Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for bringing this, Jeremy.
Okay, Devananda, if we, as we just had Jerem here with Spotlighted, it was his birthday yesterday. So happy birthday, Jerem, I guess from all of us here. We wish you, I don't know if anyone else had their birthday this week, but I definitely know of Jerem this week. And if anyone else had their birthday this week, also happy birthday to all of you. But I don't know anyone but Jerem.
Let's put our together and send some love.
Sending some love exactly to everyone.
Happy birthday. Thank you for being here.
Thank
you. Difference. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Also, Deborah has raised her hand. Deborah N.
Deborah, would you like to say something?
Thank you. I would like to share. One of the things that I've learned in this Ancient Secrets community is how to come out of my shell. And it happened over a length of time, taking different classes like the MEE and then doing the detox and having my own healing. And then because of everything I received, I wanted to actually help facilitate. So during one of the, I believe it was 100-day, one of the participants wanted to contact me privately. So, we get triggered from things in our past, and that caused me a lot of anxiety because it was a one-on-one, and growing up not having boundaries, then learning boundaries and that kind of thing. So I had to work through that. And one of the reasons courage is my word for next year is courage to move through all of these things. So I made the private phone call. She was a lovely person. We had several phone calls. I helped her through a couple of things just by answering questions. And then months and months and months later, I get this, and it made me feel good, first to move through my stuff, and then to know that someone else benefited from my own experience because it was something that I lived, right? And I was able to share. And then, and so just that in itself made me feel good. But then months and months later, I get a letter from her explaining how her life changed. And it was changed because of the ancient secrets. Like Dr. Naram says, we're just the conduit through this, where this wisdom comes through. Well, the ancient secrets changed my life. So then I was happy to share with her, and it made me feel really good. And then later I got to see what the results were in another life. And that was it made me feel so happy. And that's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
I want to ask you, when you were having these changes, secrets, maybe you did 100-day or you did some detox. What is, would you like one of them that for you made a big difference, where you felt a shift? Would you like to?
The biggest ancient secret for me is, what do you want? Because it took me months to answer that question. I could come up with all kinds of really, things to do for humanity and all that stuff. But to actually answer the question, what do I want? What do I want? Do I have the right to want anything? Well, once I figured and worked through that and worked through the reason I didn't want to know what I wanted, because then I would be responsible for making it happen, or at least acknowledging it. And I'd be responsible for not being a victim. You know, it takes many years to work out of victim mode. And so that's the one that that's the one that made the biggest difference in my life, is what do you want? Thank you for asking, Devananda.
And interesting because you're sharing this. It came to me with the quote of today. I always being a person that I always felt like helping someone. I can easily volunteer to help. But I also learned when I was doing my journey with learning ancient secrets. I did 100-day, and during that 100-day program, there's a lot to dedicate to yourself, things that I have not really done. I was always prompted to help, but I was not looking really to what I wanted, and I didn't even know I had some challenges, even doing some things for myself because I didn't have that contact. But in the Ancient Secrets course, 100-day that I was doing, it was one of the tasks, the homework to do that, some things for me. And that put me back in contact with what do I want? And I had to question, I had to go through a period of time being able to reconnect to myself. But I'm so happy I did that. That has an impact. That was a few years ago, but it's still I can feel the impacts today, So I highly recommend, if you have not done, the practice of ancient secrets, you'll find a lot of information in this book. You'll find the guidance in this book. And, there's so many things that I couldn't share in 1 hour or just in one day, maybe. But I highly recommend. And is anybody else who would like to share anything? We are about to get in Christmas time. We had this song with the flames, the candles, don't let the light go out. And I see Jacob here in my screen. Did you raise your hand, Jacob?
Esther was trying to get your attention.
Esther, I'm sorry.
Hi, Daniel. Beautiful call, everyone. I was inspired. Susan's going to be doing the soul collage, and I found I had a card. So while we were in the call, I made this little card of just with colors inspired by the theme and the love. And I'm looking at Susan's image right now on the screen as I said that. But I feel inspired. I put in the chat a poem that I just shared on my, solstice was yesterday. And I feel that's the nature's holiday, that the different holidays of different traditions, really, that's kind of the ground of it. And I, I, I shared a poem on my little celebration of it called Another Prophecy. And I didn't know what the theme was for today, but it fits so much. And I know not everyone looks at the chat. May I share the poem?
Yes, please.
Okay, it's called Another Prophecy. When the sky is as blue as the water, and the waves murmur, soft and rhythmical, when children's laughter sings and grown-ups smile, and the bay is sparkling like 1,000,000,000,000 diamonds, I am rich beyond measure. No matter if my bank account is scanty. If the richest man on earth could see the beauty I see, he would scatter his wealth like seeds and find it his privilege to see worried frowns give way to dimpled smiles as parents and children, friends and cousins rejoice to know their worth is measureless. Such sacred legacy is recognized a new lineage of kindness and generosity. Make sure no one goes hungry or homeless. The new wealth is not measured by how much one has, but how much one gives, and most importantly, and how much one is. Thanks for letting me share that. It just felt so in sync with all the sharing today. I felt I would have been holding back. And one of the gifts that I've learned from my ancient secret participation in the blessing of this community is not to hold back and to let go of that idea that we're not enough, that I'm not enough. You know, we don't need a certificate. So following our heart. So I just let my heart guide to do that. Thank you for listening.
Esther, you have a special way to touch my heart when you talk. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you bringing this. Cornelia, you have your hands up. Is that?
I do, yes. I actually wanted to share what just kind of came to me when you mentioned again the light that has been turned on and passed on. And I think I have never quite understood what that means until just this moment when I think about the community that we are in and the ancient secrets, and how that light that has been passed on from Dr. Naram, and this light could have, in a sense, died when he passed on. But Dr. Clint took it over, and he has passed it on to so many of us here in this community. And now we are all in this position to come together every Sunday and bring that light to so many people around us. And it's really a sharing of that knowledge and that light and that love that we received from Dr. Naram. And for me, that was never so present in my mind until I saw that video today where these children were just passing on that light and how we are actually part of such a sharing of light. So, and when you mentioned that again, that just wanted to be expressed right now. Thank you.
It's beautiful, Cornelia. And same to me, this light has transformed my life. It helps transform my attitudes, my family, you know, people that I know, my relationships, all on the principles that I initially learned in this book and I have experienced in these calls. Because we all, like a community, like a big family, share this is a trust place. This is a safe environment for us to open our hearts and get support. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cornelia. Leonor, you have been waiting for a while.
I was disconnected I lost contact with Zoom, so I'm glad to be back. Yeah, this song struck me in a way that it is so joyful, and yet the words are very serious. There was a refrain in it about that they, the children, have not died in vain. And of course, that brings up in my mind the children who are dying en masse in the Holy Land at this time. And I am grateful that this song combines both the remembrance to those who have died or who are in difficult situations, and yet it encourages us. And that joy is so contagious of that song that I'm sure I wasn't the only one who wanted to sing along with it and even get up and almost dance to it. And the other thing is, Dr. Vinay, I'm so grateful that you brought up the two children from Nepal, because I believe that a simple act like that, what Dr. Naram did, can set the path for the future of these children. That experience is like for them to go to a Kumbh Mela in India, and they are part of something that is much bigger than their own little bodies in their experience in the moment. This is zukunftweisend, we would say in German. It is future pointing towards their future. And so it's priceless. It is much more than money ever could pay for. No money can buy for that, can buy that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leonor. You're right. No act of kindness go in vain, nowhere, anywhere. So, yes, thank you for sharing that. And Renee, would you like to share? I'm sorry, Robin, you go next.
Yes, this is so beautiful. And Esther, thank you for sharing the whole poem because I read it in the chat, but then when you gave the entire poem, it just became so much more. But what's really coming up for me is about almost a year ago, I was in Albania and I got there and there was still the Christmas fair going on, and it was the very day that I arrived in this one city, and it was all the lights and the Ferris wheels and the rides, and my inner child was so excited, wanted to go down at night to like ride the rides, which I hadn't done for so long. And so I'm by myself and I go and I get in line for the Ferris wheel, and I'm so excited to buy this ticket. And this little boy comes up next to me, and he was maybe like about 5, and he was speaking in Albanian, and I didn't understand him. So I said, I don't understand you. Can you speak English? And I just remember his big eyes looking up at me, and he was asking for money. And I was so much in myself buying this Ferris wheel ticket that I I just dismissed him, right? And I got on the Ferris wheel, and I saw his mother down below with a child in a carriage, and but at the moment, I was so much in myself that I wasn't open to receiving him and his real request, right? So I'm on the Ferris wheel and it's going around, and then it starts to unload, and these 2 boys get off the Ferris wheel and they go to join this child and his mother. And at that moment, I realized he was asking to go on the Ferris wheel, right? And it would have been so easy for me to have bought a ticket for him, but I wasn't in my heart and I wasn't in my body. And I always give to people. So why did I not give to this child? And those eyes keep coming back to haunt me. And even this morning, I was praying for him. I really asked to be an overlighting angel for him because I missed that moment of opportunity that I could have given him so much. And even when I got off the Ferris wheel, I was going through the fair and trying to find him and his mother. So my message is, when we get to be present when people ask us or we see them on the street and we can actually help for them. And, in a teaching that I grew up in, it was called the sin of omission. And I don't like that word sin, but what I do realize is that we have these opportunities to make a real difference in somebody's life. And when we're not present and our heart is not open, we can miss that opportunity. And like those little eyes of that boy, it can come back to haunt you forever because you could have made a difference in that person's life. So that's just what I want to share is let's all be mindful. And when we give, are we really giving enough? I mean, are we giving a quarter to the homeless on the street when we can give $5? Or, let's just expand our heart and give everything that we can. Thank you.
Renee, that was so beautiful, being present when we are asked for. But I also would like to ask anyone, raise your hand if you ever missed an opportunity to give. I have missed. I was not present. I have been asking not present as well. All right, you see how many people raise their hands, and Renee? And it's okay. We always get a time to be present, and then we start doing. We being offer first, and then we start acting.
Yeah.
That's great.
And someone said to me, I actually wrote that in my newsletter, and somebody said, that child was your teacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was actually the one
Mm.
teaching. Yeah, I go through stories like that when I after reflect, then I'm able to see, oh, it's not really like my self is looking, my ego or my guilt is looking. It's actually that person is teaching me something.
Exactly.
Thank you. I have Robin.
Yes, so I want to make it short because I know we're at the top of the hour, but part of the giving is just the knowledge of the ancient secrets and Ayurvedic remedies that could help bring possibility to people's minds. And I was watching a TV show yesterday with a friend that a woman was deciding to break up with a guy that she was in love with because she has MS and she didn't want to put him through what MS looks like for people. And after that, we wound up getting into a conversation about just because modern medicine doesn't know how to address MS in a way that is good from the Ayurvedic perspective, that there's things that you could do to nourish the, nervine tonics for the nerves and different ways to detox, and that when you get your digestion right, you're not forming the toxins that could go to block the channels. And I realized that I was creating a window of possibility for my friend to understand that when you get a diagnosis, that doesn't mean you have to go follow what Western medicine would have you do. And so I just wanted to say everything that we learn here, every time you experience something in a detox, that could be relevant, that could make somebody else's life easier. That's what I got to say.
Thank you for sharing, Robin. That's I can totally empathize with that. Thank you so much. We have just a few minutes. Shifra would like to share something.
Yes. Can you hear me? My phone isn't working quite right. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Well, I just wanted to say I came down to the phone store while this call has been going on, and they couldn't do what I wanted them to do. And everybody here was talking about love, and I was just angry, yelling, and I heard the message of spreading a light, doing what we can and what we have to give. I don't want to give anger and yelling, so I went back to the store and wished people happy holidays. But I just I liked what I heard. I want to come out of that state of nobody loves me, cares about me, nobody's doing what I want to do.
Can you speak a little bit slower so we can understand?
Sure. I don't want to just be in that state of complaining. Fetching is the Yiddish word for it. I want to be in that state of heart, that state of love, because I know it's great for the other person, and it also feels so good, like when I was on a bus, just when you can do something for somebody else, it's like you're doing that same thing for yourself. So I'm trying to bring myself back to that state of love, that state of what the holidays is about. And I was touched by what Leonore said, and just wanting to value so many people, so many children that are dying, especially
I'm sorry, it's a little hard to understand what you're saying.
So I'm just saying I appreciated what Leonore said about remembering the children that have been dying and getting so badly hurt. And I just want to take that spirit of love and generosity and bring it to, bring that love to my own heart, to all of us here and to everyone in the world, especially the children. Thank you.
Thank you, Shifra. And that keeps with what I want to say before we go to the breakout rooms. I want to ask you, remember that song? You see the kids light up the candle. I will ask you and everyone here to make a little prayer in your heart. Get a flame of that candle. Visualize that in your heart. And this wish and this desire and this happiness, this feeling of community that we have here in this call, let's send it out to the kids, to the souls, to someone in your family, a family member, a friend, someone that is in need in this time. And let's share that love this way, because we can do some things and volunteer and do some works and get that great feeling, but it can also do some prayers. And prayers are powerful as well. So before we go to the breakout rooms, I'll ask you what love taught you in this call. What have you maybe realized, maybe brought to your memory? What have in your heart? What have you warmed up your heart in this call? And you're welcome to share this in the breakout rooms. So before you go, I would like us to put our hands together. You will be able to unmute yourself.
Love you.
I love you and I'm with you.
And I'm with you.
I'm with
Thank
you.
you very
Love
much.
you and I'm with you.
And I'm with you.
Love.
Love you and I'm with you. Love you and I'm with you. Love you, I am with you. Love you.
Love you and I'm with
Love you, I am with you. Love you and I'm with you. I love you and I am with you. I love you, I am with you.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a wonderful time. And see you on the next Sunday. Bye.